Hey all listeners, this is not a grand spot video. I'm showing him my progress here on number 1 reactor level 38. I didn't do things optimally at one point and so that and wasted a bit of time, but I do think that I'm pretty close to 39 and stuff that, so like I'm pretty happy with the progress, but it's really bad not being able to see on what here we are, how far we have gotten. However, that's not what this is. This is going to be a very special. This is kind of going to be a speed run. I haven't chosen yet exactly what window color we're going to be using, but this is going to be quite special. This is going to be a speed run. No boosters at all is going to be allowed. We're not going to be allowing triple speed, limit break, or anything like that. Tranquilizers is not going to be allowed. Hypers are not going to be allowed either. Stuff that I haven't decided if it's going to be solo or not. And if you are solo, you do receive a lot less XP and stuff that. We can of course take any fights that we want to, but we will want to of course escape from a lot of fights and stuff that. And this means only gear for Claude would matter and stuff that. We won't care about gear on the other characters if it's going to be Claude solo, and stuff that, I know that we kind of did like a solo challenge before on Claude, and that was very different, although there was one of the challenges that were meant to be solo, but then I forgot about the solo aspect at one point or whatever, right? Because that's my problem if you take a break from a challenge, so you sometimes just forget, and stuff like that. I never realized that was a kick, by the way, back in the day, right? That what yesterday is actually supposed to be like a roundhouse kick already. Then they come off on me. Let's go with better speed highest. This fast. You're allowed to have the RTB on whatever. Have that in memory. What is half otherwise? 176, what is half of that? 176. Let's divide by 2. That's 88. Okay. Aside from that, 128. It should be 64, right? Yeah. So that's good. 64 times 2. Yeah, 64 is correct, and then 32, so 15, 16 I think. Yeah, good. So we go with a little bit of purple there. It's nice and everything. Yeah, a nice purple. And we go with before, I think. So normally it's restore back in direct, but we want to have attack restore. Ready to go. Now, since we're only allowed to use Claude, things are going to be slightly different compared to normal and stuff like that, It's probably going to be the most extreme challenge we've done. by quite a bit, you know, and stuff like that. Because not allowing tranquilizer is a very, very big deal. Especially if you're trying to like speedrun and stuff like that. Like not allowing tranquilizers is a big deal and stuff like that, and only allowing one character is also gonna be a bit hard. And technically I won't allow us to grind either. Here's the full names. Except for the other party members. So we need to spend a battle basically. We need to spend a battle killing off Barrett basically. We'll see if we take this battle or not. Because I would like to sell as much of my stuff as possible, as much of here as possible. We'll get a lot of cash obviously. I'm not gonna allow grenades either, because grenades is a big part of the speedrun obviously otherwise. Put him in the front there. Do that actually. Because here's the thing, right? We want to sell as much of the items as possible, but we are going to need to keep certain items. Now, Phoenix House will of course be completely worthless due to certain facts, of course, obviously. But then there might be items that we need. For example, we might actually be needing ethers and stuff like that, right? Just clone being so low. And technically, rude is possible, of course, obviously, or not rude, but rude also on the plate. Basically, we need to make sure that we need to hope that Claude doesn't get targeted first, and Claude gets targeted fast, and then like Claude needs to be doing enough damage, which means that Claude are gonna need a certain amount of levels. Now, preferably, we somehow grind up Claude's kills. I was trying to do that Delta thing, by the way. Wasting a little bit of ice here because that's going to do more damage to him. Kill him faster. Okay, no attack. I think one attack would be enough to actually kill it, yes. Now Barrett's killed off, but it also means that the assault gun would be completely worthless as well. flowers need to immediately die. We are gonna take a few fights here actually, is that right, you know. The fight is actually not that bad to take. Yes, I'm dying even though it's just a regular fighter, which is weird. And this is a potion of system ether, but that's just a potion cake. I don't know where we're gonna put these saves, by the way. What do we have on 09? Okay, that's the mistake. Okay. Okay, we get the machine. He needs to die out. So we're going to use that immediately here. Potion. I'll use my potion there. The thing is, I do want to get hit by tail ace though. Stuff that are all certain things that we want to be doing in this boss here. Yeah, sadly we cannot equip restore all at this point. So here they come. Let's see if we hold first. Oh, nice. A bolt. Not bolt. Use that enough for the Olympic. Oh, attack. Good, and now attack. Get hit by this, take this boom. That's not ideal actually. This. Thank you. And potion. Fake. Let's see what posta Scorpion Tail. I think we might entail that. Heck. Hopefully this does not crit. Another potion. Go attack. Be laser. Potion again. And then we I said I didn't want to do that, but that just has to happen sometimes because of how the stick is with the drifting or whatever it does when it just auto moves. Scorpion tail. I would like to brave it once more though. Scorpion tail will heal though. Means that we can take one tail laser here. Action. Very rare. Nice, very nice. Used up all the potions, so we've been maxed and out of that. Right. Let's go. 10 minutes to destination, all personnel. See how annoying it is. Not even touching the stick when it does that, you know. This is weird. I don't know if there is something that is loose in the stick, if that's what causes it to happen, you know, whatever, you know, but yeah. Okay. Same here. Now, how much MP do we have? Okay, we do have enough, I think, yeah. So in worst cases, if we meet really dangerous enemies, if we meet the robot, we can use both it. Stop that. Even not ideal. I think they should still die in 2 hits though here. Yes, okay. As long as they still lie into it, fine. I said I want to escape from a lot of battles, but we need to take battles early on. Because we need Claw to get kills. Because if we can get Claw with a lot of kills, then, I mean, theoretically you can one-shot, you know. This is a good fight. I'm very certain that this fight is, yeah, this is the 98 HP one, I think. Yeah, the man promised that it has that. Well, no healing left. Lucky it's of course the lower version of this enemy, not the one that has a stone spell. But also aren't in the first reactor even. I mean, 13 damage is still a bit be a concern. But I think this is the 98 fight, right? It's very, very lucky to get that on the skip though. Yeah, that's the best encounter. That's the one that you are required to kill when you grind. No. Potion or anything, no. I mean, you can theoretically get potions on the way out from certain encounters if they drop them, you know. Okay, let's hope we get a good encounter here. I have one or two left. Yeah, I changed there. Probably worth doing. Let's keep the dice here. You might need to move into back row though, however. Go. I keep making myself in back row there. Just in case. I think we will get one encounter more. Now I know that we can technically follow timer. It's something we could theoretically do. Did do it, I think it's not again. I want to do a few encounters here actually before we leave here. Okay, we get a very good encounter here. Right, they die in one hit. And they should still be quite to reach here. I mean, if we can start with a limit break here, that would be really good. Question is, are they gonna still drop potions here? You can drop potions. Yes. We'll keep that potion though, we don't... Let's farm some more here. These encounters are really good because these enemies die in one hit. And their damage is not too high. Again, you are allowed to use hypers and tranquilizers to heal if you get affected by status. So that you are allowed to use hypers for that purpose. Okay. But because, you know, if you have a timer there like that, you know, then, you know, it is worth, you know, continuing as long as the timer is going, you know, stuff like that, because we are so close to the exits and stuff like that. That's why we're doing it, you know, for super game. Okay, and I think we're gonna get in break here soon. Hopefully we get another potion here from this fight. Okay, so... Okay. And I believe that limit breaks do not get affected by certain things. Okay, so limit break 1. I think maybe we can take one more fight, so good. Now we do one more attack. I would want to avoid healing though, but if we for example encounter the robot, then that would be really bad. We get another potion here though. potions. Very, very nice. What level? Level 8, okay. I think we can reach level 9 here, maybe even higher. And some of the encounters we get across, obviously. Again, the encounters are very important here. Right, we take out those first. Keep in mind that since Claude will be the only one getting kills, because it's only Claude, you know, that matters. Makes it very, very good. But it also means that we want to get cross-slash as quickly as possible. But it also means that we want to get the tier 3 element back as quick as possible. And it's better to do early on, because you might say that, oh, but it's a speed run, you're not supposed to grind correct. But we're only grinding here at the very, very start here. And stuff that, right, so that the XP that we get isn't going to be that huge, because we're only going to be killing like enemies early on and stuff that, you know, which means that all material is going to be like super, super good for us. Okay, I really thought about casting ice here. Maybe. The best thing, of course, if we get another double potion here, then that could be really good. And I think we actually ice now. So, I need to shift so badly though. Stuff that was really bad. I think not ice. Because ice is really cheap to cast. Very good. But I think we could do one more, but I'm not gonna take that risk. Wow, one away from. Okay, good. We escape. We might have been able to take one encounter there, but if we get the wrong encounter, that takes like if we get the wrong encounter there, or if we get, for example, back attack, or like the enemy ambush us or whatever, right? Like a back attack, then that would be really, really bad. I know the chance of getting a back attack is very, very low there. And stuff that, but yeah. And now we're going to be healed up as well. We're going to be healed up now. Stuff that. And once we get to the next save, which sadly, you know, the original save here, directly immediately now. And I think we put us back in front row actually. I think. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, put us back in front row now. So we have 3 potions. Have an assault gun we can sell. Now one thing that is very, very important is that since this is going to be only cloud, then that means that since it's only going to be cloud, nothing here. I see many flowers around here. Yes. And is this ether or is this a potion? That's a potion, good. And we fight. Good fight. Okay. Normally what you can do here is also use grind limit breaks and not kill them immediately and stuff, that's right, but you know, we need to shit so bad now, so we need to go through this very quickly. I didn't realize I would block stop feeding and need to shit these quickly and stuff that good. When a potion, okay, that's very nice. I don't know what their potion drop rate is though. I mean, if we can get back a lot of potions here, then that would be actually very good. know, they don't do that much damage, you know, so yeah. Okay. Very nice. And then theoretically we could get hit on purpose on the next encounter, by the way. Because the next one is a side encounter. But right, there's only one on one side, right? Or is it? Yeah, okay. Okay, so kill one first, and then leave two alive. We're gonna let them build our limit break here. And then I need to kill the one in the direction I'm facing. Get the limit break. Okay. And I still think we'll take a lot of damage here. And I think that should be cross slash actually. Reset and it's cross slash. Oh, okay, not cross slash yet. But then I think it's 80 kills that you need the first time to get the low 3 limit breaks. And you can theoretically get it first if you don't use your limit break enough, you know, stuff like that. And of course, the fact that we're going to be killing off the other party members always. So I think, of course, now if they did an Ultimate Edition, one thing that they could have done, for example, is if you make, for example, like, imagine, right, if they make an Ultimate Edition of Final Fantasy VII at some point, you know, or whatever, right, and maybe the graphics could just be the same, or maybe slightly touched graphics or whatever, right, because they are, like, HD-fied the graphics here on the character models, like, they all have sharp edges and stuff like that, and they look like a bit higher resolution, you know. Smoothed out, it's not as, you know, stuff like that, but yeah. Because imagine, right, if you could choose, like, for example, like they thought about challenges in mind. So that if you choose, like, solo blah 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 character, then all the other characters would always be dead and you couldn't even phoenix down them and stuff like that, right, you know. Of course, there would be exceptions, of course, because Barrett is gonna need to kill Dime. That is gonna need to happen, you know, and stuff like that, you know. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty certain that there is a book where it tells you what the sectors and maybe or what their actual name is and stuff like that, you know. You know, since this Midgard Solomon, this means that Midgard is a reference to Midgard, or whatever it is, which is technically the realm of the mortals, and stuff like that, which the Midgard Solomon, or I mean, we had Midgard, snake thing, dogs. And theoretically we could grind here, by the way, in the train graveyard to get kills, because those enemies are actually not worth that much XP, the ones in the train graveyard right now, because it would be like early reactor enemies and stuff like that, right? It will mostly be the guard dogs, stuff like that, and I think something else. I'm immediately pausing though, after we get to that point. Yeah. Maybe I will leave it on because, we will see. Come on. Oh, I don't want to shit my pants. Yeah, the fact that I started feeling it already when we were at that reactor and stuff that, when escaping, that was really, really bad, I should have immediately, like, after I'd saved there before we started, like, trying to get out of the reactor, I should have used it. Rendezvous at the hideout. Move out. And here's a save point. Good. Right, and I'm going to go and take a shit now. I'm just leaving on in the menus here for now, at least, because usually I'm not going to take that long. So I'll see. Hopefully we can still record here. Okay, good. I'm back. That took quite a while to do. Needed to, like, that was like I've never taken up shit that big before. That was absolutely crazy. I guess I hadn't shit in actually a very, very long time there and stuff that which is, so it was a lot to shit out, and yeah, probably because of the protein and stuff that. Okay. And keep in mind that we're not allowed to sell any gear really, except for certain specific things. You're allowed to sell that, you're allowed to sell that. We're allowed to buy an iron banger, for example, but once we get like another black ones, we for example, now we have a bronze bangle available, but we're not allowed to sell that bronze bangle because it's closed bronze bangle. Stuff that, so you get what I mean. Yeah, here we go, 10 gil. Oh man, like 10 gil, that is, So they start to kill as many people as they can. It is a backstock, yeah. They actually explained the lore that, stuff that this is the backstock of the weapon store and stuff that, so all of those boxes all with stuff in it, and stuff that, This is actually a very, very nice bedroom, all things considered. Like, yeah, this is in the slums and stuff that. But look at this, like enormous, not only are there like enormous beds here, like these are not like child size or anything, and stuff that. And then you kinda have like air conditioning or light or something like that, stuff that. And then you got some Kanye here and like a skull thing, stuff that, It's not bad at all. Yeah, come back here tomorrow. It's not open yet. Billion in damages, and then mid-job lose all its power, meaning the trains wouldn't go. Either, there's court train graveyard. There are encounters. Then meet the doggos. But I in one hit. Don't give you a lot of XP at all, because this is more like the screen 1 enemies technically. Right, but is it more than just the screen 1 enemies here? Because technically you could count this as a screen 1 grind, place, stuff that. Leaf flowers, though, I'm not certain about that though. think that fight is really good for Opero, if I remember correctly. 9 OP. 54, yeah. Yeah, I want to try and get. We want to try and get cross slash and stuff that, and maybe block the level 2, because the thing is, you might be like, oh, why are you allowing grinding now, for example? The reason is that the XP isn't super high yet and stuff that, you know. Meaning, like, if you get kills, for example, in later places, then we're getting a lot more XP. So we're doing the grinding while the XP isn't that high and stuff that, but relatively and stuff that, you know. And when you're solo, right, you receive less XP than with full party, or however it works. Miss. That's actually because they have high potions, that's not because of cloud missing, even though it's only 96% accurate. Right. Yeah. However, since it's only costing guild to rest, it's better to rest than using up your potions, by the way. I forgot if the flowers can drop ether or not, by the way. Here's the sweeper. Like, it's really good though if you want to get the bake. So I know the kills are gonna take a while and stuff that, right? But we did get a bunch of kills in the first reactor and stuff that, you know. Now, of course, it is easier to do this later because we could theoretically have like lightning all, for example, and use that in the tunnel. So we're not gonna grind too long here. Just a little bit. Maybe we use grind until we get cross slash here, actually. Yeah, the potions are nice, so it's a dog station, your potions. They're just nice. I mean, the fights here are actually not too bad. We got the big dude. Raver. I think that's enough for cross slash though, maybe. Oh, that's not enough for cross slash. You would think that would be enough for cross slash, but it isn't. Yeah, we can do one more fight, then we need to go and save. If we get it soon. Triple flowers, enemy side there, people. Why did I do that? Now we're just gonna save. This has been the first part of this, but I won't upload this today. Oh, it can drop ethos, okay. Oh, that changed a lot. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this first part of this very special challenge thing, and I see you all next time. Bye.